A fall from the sky. Once upon a time, there was a young prince who dared to leap from the sky. In that fall, he found not fear, but the boundless freedom of life itself. From that day, every descent became his path to wisdom and greatness. The first descent. A prince crowned, not yet by wisdom, only by birth, by the lineage of kings. My hand still tender with youth, heart trembling with questions unanswered. That morning, the ear was sharp as a blade, and the great machine, iron bird, they call it, lifted me toward the heavens. The blades roared, the earth fell away, and I looked down. I looked down at my country that stretched like painted carpets beneath my feet. I remember the command, jump. Fear clung to me like a second skin. Habibi, yet curiosity burned together and brighter. I let go, and the sky claimed me. At first, silence, then the rush, the storm of winds against my face. My body, a leaf hurled by invisible hands. But instead of death, instead of despair, I found freedom. The ground did not hurry to devour me. The sky welcomed me. Each second stretched into eternity. I was falling, yet I was soaring. When the earth finally rose to meet me, I touched ground, alive, and laughter, wild, unroyal, unchained, scathed my lips. In that instant, I knew the heavens are my calling. The fall is my teacher, and fear shall never again command my soul. Mountains and peaks. Years passed, but the hunger only grew. No longer was one descent enough. My spirit yearned for loftier altars. So I turned to the mountains, snow-crowned against piercing the sky. Their peaks veil in the breath of the gods. There I climbed, I ascended, until the air itself thinned and trembled. From these summits, I hurled myself once more over icy ridges, into valleys that yawned wide. I felt no as prey, but as sovereign over fear. Each fall whispered its lesson, that strength is not in the muscle alone, but in the will that dares the impossible. The cliffs marked me, the winds clawed at me, yet I descended, laughing. For even in danger, I found the pulse of life. The mountains taught me endurance. They said, Habibi, only those who push beyond the breathless edge may truly taste the sweetness of survival. And so, each leap became scripture, each landing a prayer answered. Deserts, seas and rivers, not continent with peaks, I sought the vast and open. Deserts, cold and endless, seas, restless with foam, rivers that cut the world like silver serpents. Above the desert I fell. The sand below shimmered like molten gold. The sea without water, a kingdom without falls. The heat rose to meet me. But I was swifter than the sun's gaze. And then I landed. Grains clung to me like stars fallen from the sky, teaching me even bareness has beauty, even emptiness holds meaning. Above the seas, I fell. The waves below raged and roared, a choir of liquid thunder. I plunged through clouds, kissed by salt winds, and for a moment I thought, the ocean will swallow me whole. But it did not. It cradled me, and in its depths I heard the voice of creation. All life begins in water. Flow, my beloved, as I flow. Over rivers I fell. Their silver backs gleamed beneath the sun, their currents swift as time. I struck the air above them like an arrow closed, and as I hovered, suspended in God's palm, I learned a river never resists, it carves. So too must you carve your destiny, not with force, but with persistence. I repeat, a river never resists, it carves. So you must carve your destiny, not with force, but with persistence. The earth had become my tutor, and I, its eager disciple. Towers, cities, skies. But man, too, builds mountains, steel and stone rising higher. Each age, towers that glitter, cities that hum like hives. I soared them too. From skyscrapers, I cast myself between glass and thunder, my reflection flickering on endless windows, as if 1,000 princes watched me descend. Crowds below gasped, but I heard only the rhythm of my own heartbeat and the song of gravity guiding me home. The city lights blurred into rivers of fire, and I thought how small we are, yet how immense and immense our dreams. From helicopters, again I fell, but now as master, not noise. The blades roared, not above me, but behind me, as if saluting my courage. And always, the lesson depend. Fear is a mirage, and limits are illusions. Men build towers to reach heaven, but I fall from them to greet the earth with reverence. The eternal lesson. Now I speak not as youth, but as a one forged by 1,000 descendants. What have I learned, you ask? From deserts, from seas, from mountains and towers. But life is not for hoarding, but for living. That every fall is not an end, but a beginning. God has created all things for purpose. The sand to remind us of patience, the sea to remind us of depth, the river to remind us of persistence, the mountains to remind us of strength, the sky to remind us of freedom. And I am a servant of this truth. So I give you this lesson. Do not fear the fall, for it is in the fall that you rise. Do not doubt your journey, for every stone, every wave, every gust of wind is serving you, shaping you, guiding you. Life is beautiful. Life is worth living. Stay positive. Be steadfast. And above all, serve others. For in service lies true kinship. And should you see me fall again, from the sky or tower, from the desert wind or mountain peak, know this: I do not fall to escape. I fall to embrace. I fall to remind you that the earth and sky were never enemies, but eternal dance partners, and we are blessed to join their dance. Habibi, what you have heard is the Prince's journey came full circle to countless leaves across desert seas peaks. He discovered that life is not a riddle of fear, but a lesson of purpose. Every wind that carried him, every cloud that trapped him, every wave that rose beneath him, all whispered the same truth: nothing exists without meaning. The sun serves the day, the moon serves the night, the stars guide the lost, and rivers quench the thirst of the world. And man is meant to serve men, for courage without compassion is empty. Yes, I repeat, for courage without compassion is empty, and rising without lifting others is not rise at all. So, he lived with what the sky had written, that every fall is a teacher, every challenge a gift, and the highest flight of all is the flight of serving others. Think about it. Consider my advice, my experience. Love you. Hope you liked it. Keep watching The Desert Voice.